Okay, there we go. Welcome, welcome. Greetings, one and all. Karmic Transmission 23. Just waiting for everyone to get joined up here. 23, Rexy. Last week was 22. Everyone thinks I'm crazy now. They don't know who I'm talking to. Shouting to the wind like rats in the attic. So, welcome everyone. I'm just waiting for everyone else to get in here. We'll have a special fun panelist with us. Carrie will be joining us tonight. Just waiting on Clint and Ayame as well. I guess I could go ahead and start getting the intro stuff out of the way. Okay. All right, guys. So like I was saying, welcome. Karmic Transmission 23 coming at you tonight. It's a Monday in March. March. Wow. With me tonight, we're going to have Carrie Brenner coming on. Clint and Ayame will be joining me here in just a few minutes as well. As always, guys, you can always find us online. KarmaIncarnate.com is the website. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube at Karma Incarnate. On Twitter, you can find us at the Karmic Feed. When Ayame gets on here, you'll be able to find her at Ayame X Goddess. She handles a lot of our social media and questions and follow-up and stuff. So if you have anything that way, go ahead and reach out to her or any one of our panelists that come on. And we should have a lot of fun just talking with you tonight. So guess what, Rexy? Tim was there and left. Kirschman. Yeah. Woo-hoo. So let's see. I need to do this. Just a touch. That way you can actually see past the lenses of my glasses without the reflection. There we go. Yo, bro.
Howdy, howdy.
How you making it, man?
Oh, good. The dog's whining. Trying to get the dog calmed down.
You know, if he would stick around you and just kind of be chill, I would be all right with him coming in. I just wouldn't want him tearing through the house chasing cats. That's the only trick, you know.
Do we have something he could lay on?
I do.
Yeah, Ma could make something up.
Here, I'll get something.
Well, let's try it out here live on. This will be exciting.
Hey there, Ayame. How's it going? You're on mute. You are on mute. Hey, I'm impressed. Somebody can actually do that.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Got now.
Okay.
How are you making it there,
you may
my
hear
friend?
crashing in the background. That's because there is someone else here. So watch your mouth.
Oh, someone else is there. Is somebody working on one of the rooms or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean? I am at home right now in front of my wood paneling.
It's great wood paneling. Hey, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
So I can listen. Want to pay for it? I
No.
will.
Don't have to pay for it.
Text me the link. I'll
Okay.
pay for it. I love supporting my friends.
Sorry.
You're good. This is going to be a
Hi.
fun one. Hey, Carrie. How's it going, Connor?
Hey, Carrie, how you doing?
How are you, buddy?
Good.
Your hair's getting long, dude.
Yeah.
You like it?
I want it like grandma's.
Throwing it out long like grandma's.
Well, that's a good way to have it.
Yeah.
What are you? Oh, is that the dog bed, Clint?
Is that Ben Clint?
No, his name is Clint.
Now who's on mute?
We got all kinds of stuff happening tonight. Dogs in the house, carry on with kids. This is a good one.
And we got Tim Kirschman says hello.
Yeah,
hello.
Tim's a buddy of mine. Hey there, Tim. Glad you could join us. We're just getting into things. This will be a little bit of fun. Carrie,
Bring everybody up to speed. We're having dog issues here. I'm upstairs at Jake's and we don't want any entanglements with the kitties. And he won't stop whining outside. So we're going to try and get him to lay down. I'm going to go get a leash and I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Good to see you.
that works. We'll see you here in a second. Good to have you with us there, Carrie.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
A lot of karmic firsts tonight.
You know, we all try. You know, it's a community effort.
Yeah, it truly is. I mean, we got a great community right here with us.
Mhm.
You know, it's a great way to start. Which you doing okay there, Almi? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's really quiet for some reason.
Excuse me, sorry everyone. I've been a little hoarse over the weekend.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just you.
It might be me because my voice went out Friday and it's slowly been coming back, but all the talk at work hasn't really done me any favors today. So it might be me. I apologize. So I might lean on you guys to be the entertaining part while I just make faces in the background, you know?
I mean, Carrie, maybe. I can't
No
provide
pressure or
entertainment.
anything.
It's not like I'm technically a professional actress or anything.
No, you've only been paid once or twice for that, right?
Yeah, once or twice over the past 3 years.
Yeah. So, but what's new with you, Carrie? How have you been? You staying busy?
Staying busy, doing the mom thing.
She works at a softball
Doing-
shooting range.
We talked about you having quiet time. Sorry, guys.
You're fine.
I started a new company.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it's, sorry, I got distracted by the guild.
Guild?
Rex is talking about a guild.
Oh, he's talking to Ayame about being a member of the Screen Actors Guild.
Oh,
Got it. Okay. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I haven't got my card yet.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead, Carrie.
No,
Rex
no,
is
you're
being
good. You're
Rex is
good.
being a dink.
You're good. It is, so I started a company with one of my friends and it's, we do steel targets, AR-500 steel targets for gun ranges and private gun aficionados. And we also do reloading bullets. And it's just been a really fun time, keeping me busy, keeping me productive and creating things, and it's good. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I forgot that because you mentioned, I think it was at the end of last year, that you were working on targets. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. And you and I were going to talk about doing a zombie mock-up of some kind. But I, in my ultimate genius timing, approached you like a week before Christmas because that made sense.
Well, week before Christmas and then New Year's and then a bunch of, medical issues and COVID. So, I mean, but I remember. So now feel free to bring it up to me again after this.
Okay. I'll have to take a look. We went more of a dark silhouette direction for the first couple shows. But we definitely want to get a little bit more creative. So that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah. How are you feeling, by the way?
Who?
Hey, Ame. Sorry.
Oh, I'm feeling good. Like I was just over at the soda shop that's right up the thing, and I got Shirley Temple drink and I got these like panda cookies. Aside from that, I'm doing pretty good. I went and saw a doctor today and they don't know what's wrong with me, but I think anybody who's watched the transmission for, more than one episode would probably understand where they're coming from on that.
Well, it is great to have you back with us, Ayame. Rex filled in last week, and he does okay. He's Rex, but
You know,
love
the problem
guy.
with Rex is that he does not talk enough.
True.
If
Way
Rex
too
would
quiet.
if he would just start speaking more, then it would be fine.
I agree.
Have to get him out of his shell a little bit.
Mhm. Well, it's funny. We were actually just talking about being introverted a little bit earlier tonight, weren't we, Clint? About how
Yeah, we
easy it
were.
was just to like fall in on it a little bit,
Yeah, like anybody out there that's feeling a little introverted, you're not alone. I mean, this COVID's kind of affected all of us that way. You kind of lose your speaking skills, and
Yeah.
I don't know, it's interesting.
It is because I have definitely heard that from, like, I think I heard it originally from, it was either Jake or Rex who said it the first time I heard it, but since then I've been hearing it from a lot of people. And I guess it's just because I'm usually pretty introverted in the first place. I didn't notice it until very recently.
Yeah. Oh, and I didn't start noticing it until, about the time that we started talking about it the last few months, when we were trying to find ways of like wanting to get more involved, because we've had a couple of people sign up in the last week or so, and just in wanting to do more of it, all of a sudden it dawns where it's like, wow, we used to do a lot and we see a lot of people and talk all the time, and I'm almost nervous doing it in a lot of ways these days,
Out of the habit.
Yeah.
It'll come back to you. I feel like as soon as it's safe to do it, like 5 minutes in a stickering event, and it'll be like you never stop doing it.
Oh,
You
hopefully.
go in that Chili's meetup the first time and it's, you're nervous about it, but by the time appetizers show up at the table, you'll be fine.
That special Chili's chips and salsa, everyone's favorite.
Magical.
Mm-hmm.
Magical.
Stop eating.
Are you hungry or something, Ayame?
No, they're just really good. I haven't bought these things since ever, because
Those are like so addicting.
I've never had those.
They're really good. They have all this, like, and I know they sell these here in the US too, but like they have a bunch of, like imported candy over there, like candy and chips and sodas and things. And yeah.
That's awesome.
I literally just we were over there for so long that we ended up staying over there until way longer than I thought we were going to. So I came back here, immediately sat down and had to start doing this. So
well, glad you could make it.
Thanks for that.
Man, I'm sorry, guys. So, but no, that's kind of neat, Carrie, with the targets and stuff that you've been doing. It's kind of given you some opportunities to get out a little bit, hasn't it?
Yes. So I was not someone that was raised with guns. My mom is someone that it's not her thing, and we'll probably best just leave that at that. But as far as other people and other families and it being things that they grew up with, that was never me. And I had a friend take me about a year ago over to TNT to do some shooting, and it was something that really interested me. So then I ended up kind of getting back into it a little bit, and now I am so far a non-gun owner as of yet, but I'm at gun shows selling targets and doing the bullets and loving it, but so new to the whole thing that it's like, talk about anxiety. Like, I walk in and these people know exactly what they want and how they want it, and you better know your stuff. So it's exciting, but it's also like, I don't know. So it's good.
Yeah.
That does seem like it would be a pretty nerve-wracking thing to just jump into, like, right off the deep end. Like, because I've only ever been to like 1 or 2 gun shows, and they're intense. Like, well, to be fair, one of them was like a survivalist expo, which is a little bit more intense, I think. But yeah, they're intense, and everybody there is very knowledgeable, knows exactly what they want.
Yes. All very, very nice. All people that you know, like walking by the booth have stopped and asked if I needed help opening something, or, you know, go out of their way nice to help me. So that's a good thing. But knowledge wise, I am learning as quick as I can and trying to move as quick as I can. But all the social media is me. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, we're all out there, and it's I built the website, and I am not really knowledgeable in that stuff either. So I have a whole lot greater respect for you guys. I mean, I had a lot before, but now that I know more of the social media side and the website side, like the karma stuff is amazing. Even more than I thought, now that I have a better idea of what all went into it.
Yeah. Well, oh my
We'll
God.
have to remember, by the way, to have you give us that stuff at the end. Like, let us know what the Facebook is and the
Oh,
website
okay.
URL.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you.
Oh man.
You dying, Jake?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep living, but it just doesn't want to let me. No, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We're just clearing it out.
Sorry about the dog issues, everybody.
Oh, dude, you're all good. How's he doing? Has he settled down, and is he just chilling with you, or?
No,
Yeah.
mom's nice enough. She's taking him around.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Mom's a
Yeah.
sweetheart,
Yeah. Yeah. What would we do without moms?
right? So I'm sure
Wouldn't
Connor
be
knows all
here.
about that too.
Yep.
Yes.
We all can agree on that. And that's neat about, like, kind of, Carrie, what you're saying, how you didn't grow up around guns and you didn't understand them, and, you know, but you got around a bunch of people who are gun enthusiasts. And it's just kind of neat how it's just a good reminder that we're more alike than we are different. We all have the same fears and wants and needs, and we're just into different things. And it's neat to celebrate our differences as well as our similarities.
It really has been. It really with the I'm sorry guys. Buddy, take it in your bedroom, please. Sorry guys.
Okay.
You're fine. You're fine.
The recent political climate has been pretty polarizing, we'll say.
Yeah.
And so that makes social events during COVID stressful anyway. And I have to say, I made some assumptions about gun owners in general, and I have never been so happy to be wrong. It has been such an amazing, positive learning experience.
Yeah, that's neat. And it works both ways, you know. I mean, I was raised around guns and that and stuff, but I'm also an actor and get in those circles and stuff. And you just realize that if we can get past those petty things and realize we're kind of all in this together, the better off we are. So I think that's really neat when those things happen, when you get those crossovers. You know, it's like that, I forget his name, but there's that black guy that started talking with the head of the Klan.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What was his name? I actually feel bad that I don't know that. Hold on.
Yeah, you did a TED Talk and stuff like that.
Somebody Google it.
I'm
Yeah.
looking it up right now.
Yeah.
And the head of the Klan ended up leaving, and a bunch of people ended up leaving. And so it just goes to show you is speaking with each other is where it's at. This canceling people isn't the way to go. That's it's not good.
Well,
to
and
not
that's
let people talk to each other.
Oh, absolutely. And what's even, you know, you said it right from the get-go. We have more in common than we have apart. And, you know, one of the things that we always talk about is how it's more important to come together on our commonalities than to focus on what make us common enemies. Because in all reality, you know, kind of like we were teasing Ayame about being in the Screen Actors Guild earlier, you know, there's a little bit of all of us that wants to be an actor or wants to be, you know, one of those things. And so the best part about having more people around is that we get to live vicariously through them, you know.
Leslie posted, by the way, it's Daryl Davis. Sorry.
Oh, thank you for looking that up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like, the fact that we can come together on something as big as hunger, which covers the entire breadth of all of it, and can bring so many people together because it's such a basic fundamental need that everyone has, that it does encompass all things. So it's really neat that we can have all of those commonalities, but some that are even bigger than all of the rest,
Yeah. Yeah. And I just had this thought, I'll mumble it out, but it's like to know somebody's hobbies and interests and skin color and orientation is not to know their intentions, is not to know their soul, those are just descriptors. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very true. And that comes back to getting to know people rather than getting to know the surface of what people,
Right.
Yeah.
The labels and stuff that we give each other and that are given to us and stuff like that. Because, not to get all weird, but it's like, it's important to remember that there are certain factions of the elite who benefit on us fighting each other instead of coming together and calling them out.
you don't say. So
Right, I
certain
think
factions, you don't mean
I'm
like
pretty much
just
stating
most
the
of them?
obvious there, I think, but maybe people don't think the way I do. But
It's the reptoids. Haven't you seen our
Yeah.
feet, guys? It's the reptoids. Just don't let them know.
Jake, you're not supposed to say that out loud.
Oh, I said the quiet part loud and the loud part quiet. No.
You know what? I wish it was the reptoids, because if it was, I think that's why people get into that kind of thing, because it's an easy answer. It's very difficult to, like Clint says, it's difficult to look past the labels that people give each other, the labels that people give themselves. That's a big thing nowadays. And it's difficult to look past your initial preconceptions about somebody based on anything, whether they're, gun ownerships or, like you said, their skin color, their orientation, anything, to get to the person who's underneath. And being able to say things like, oh, it's lizard people who are running the government. That's an easy solution. That's an easy way
I
to
never
say,
said that.
No,
I did, Clint.
People
I
say it. And it's not just that. It's, a lot of conspiracy theories in general. Conspiracy theories are easy answers to difficult questions. And it's it's very easy to look at that and go, well, it's easy for me to say, oh, well, of course I oppose, a giant lizard monster who's trying to infiltrate the government, because obviously, but it's not as easy to say, well, there are actual fundamental problems with the system and the two parties and everything. Those things are difficult to deal with. Just right, like
what's
labels.
Funny is you get lumped into it's also easy to use the term conspiracy theory to detract from truisms that you just realize are there.
Are you saying that lizard people isn't a conspiracy theory? Because that's the only one I mentioned.
No, but I'm saying it's older than Rome. It's divide and distract and control, right?
Right.
Well, and that's the best thing.
I'm not blaming the elites as a whole.
I'll do that.
I'm saying there are certain people who benefit off.
Well, the funny thing about all of it,
I mean, it's just true. It's truth.
Okay, you said you brought up cancel culture before. Cancel culture is a direct result of capitalism, and it benefits businesses to do it. That's exactly the same thing. It's like,
I think it's a direct result of social media
from those things. Well, but social media is a business. Social media doesn't exist for our benefit. It exists because we use it, and they can sell advertisements on it. Like, that's what social media is for.
Right.
It does not, there's nothing about it that inherently benefits us other than we enjoy using it and we want to use that method to spread information. But you know, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, they all exist to sell you advertisements, to put advertisements in front of your face. And if somebody is popular, then they're going to get away with bending the rules. They're going to get away with things because engaging with them is like, now we're talking about YouTube. We're talking about a controversial person on YouTube. So everybody's going to get on their YouTube channel, look it up, which means every time somebody does that, they're going to see more ads. But suddenly, if it's no longer beneficial for the company to support someone, if they have more negative press than they have positive press, and people are getting on there not to watch advertisements, but just to tell the company behind it, we hate you, and we're going to stop using your product if you don't get rid of this person, then suddenly, oh, well, that's not good for their business anymore. That's when they get rid of them.
Right.
Like they don't care.
They
who's
cower
on,
to
like,
the mob.
yeah, they don't care who's on
Yeah.
the platform. It's economically beneficial for them to get rid of people that the mob, if you want to call it that, has decided is a problem. They don't give a shit if, sorry,
Oh,
I keep
I
forgetting
know.
if we can't, I can't keep forgetting if we can swear. They
I've
don't
never
care.
really limited it.
Well, I mean, they don't care.
You're canceled.
But that's just it. It's easier to just get somebody who's, you know, saying something or doing something that most people disagree with, and we're like, you know, whether it's right or wrong. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it wouldn't exist if it wasn't beneficial for the companies to do it. And that comes directly back to what you said. People make money. There are people that benefit from these
There you
systems
go.
that are in place.
Yeah,
And that's where that
tied it
is.
together nice. That's a
Mm.
good example.
No, and what's crazy about all of that stuff, and in the end, the thing that all of these systems have in common is that they're systems and they're tools. Because in the end, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, all of these things are a tool. It can be used either to set people up and build something, or it can be used to tear things down. All tools can be used in any facet, right? And so it comes down to the focus of what you want to do, which is the most important part. Like you said, what's the intent, right? If you want to get to know somebody and really understand the intent, that's great. But if you can put it out there in a way that people can see it, even better, because then people can't they can try to misinterpret what your intent is. But if it's clear and pure, like ending hunger or solving a problem, there's not much that people can say to eliminate that message, because it's all in how you use the tool,
Right.
right? More than
Well,
anything.
and even if they do, I mean, you know, we've had issues like that, very few, I should say, in
Yeah.
Karma before. And, you know, what it comes down to is people can say whatever they want. They can perceive a message however they want to, but if there's no substance to it, it's easier for you to shrug it off and say, well, this objectively isn't true. And here's why that's not true, because
Yeah.
especially with Karma, the message is very direct, very pure. It's one of the best things about it, really, is that it is so difficult to misconstrue because it's so straightforward.
Mhm. And the most important thing with those things is to use them as tools. Because the weird part, and it's interesting because Carrie, you were telling me that you had a lot of success with some of your TikTok videos and stuff like that, right?
Huge success. Ridiculous, short little 10-second videos of really nothing have
Mhm.
like 500,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah. See,
There's another thing we're gonna have to link in you'll have to give us your favorite one. We'll put it in the description down there.
Yeah. But
See if we can get it to 1 million.
Ooh,
the thing that I find interesting about that is, like you said, it's a short little nothing. It really doesn't have anything to do with it. It's more entertainment.
mhm.
And I think that's been the biggest use of a lot of these tools, and why it's so unique now, because now, after years of these tools existing, we're seeing them finally weaponized to an extreme. You know, when for the longest time, most of it was inane, here's pictures of kids, or here's, it was a very different thing. And it's an odd evolution we've seen happen with the adoption of it. And the part that we have the great ability to do, and the thing that, just the proof in it, if a 10-second little video can get a lot of hits, why not a 10-second video from a food labeling? And maybe this is where we might have to, Ayame, I know that you've been wanting to start doing Karma TikTok, right? Like that's been your dream, is wanting to do that.
Hold on,
right?
you're breaking up. I can't really hear you. Hello, can you?
No, yeah.
We're losing signal.
I will tell you it's very addicting. I will tell you it's something that I thought I did not want to do. I enjoy Facebook because I like my family. I can keep in contact with Karma. Like Facebook is really it for me.
Mm.
But I kept reading about TikTok and free advertising and just to try it out. And I thought, I'm not in my 20s. I'm not gonna be flashing any skin. What do I have to do on TikTok? But it became pretty amazing. It became something really cool. So I would say if I had the ability right now, Jake, I would totally take on Karma TikTok. But I think that might be more than I can.
See, I'm curious where you're like, because the only TikTok that I've literally ever seen. No, that's not true. I've seen two. The first one was that guy who was on the skateboard riding on the off ramp and like set to music, and the company ended up giving him a free truck because of it. Have you seen that one? I don't know. So there was that one, and it's just this guy. I think he's on a skateboard and he's just riding down the side of the freeway drinking. God, it was a Fanta or something.
Cranberry juice.
Was it cranberry juice?
Yeah.
And he's just like on the off ramp and he's just like lip syncing to this song. And it got so popular that the company gave him a free truck. So I've seen that one. And then the other one I saw was for one that my friend made of her scaring a bunch of people at the escape room.
Oh, nice.
That one was funny.
Nice.
That sounds like a good thing for promoting the escape room. And this is kind of what I was getting back to is, all of these things are really tools, and it's a shame that so many of these tools are used in such negative ways. And one of the incredible things that we have the ability to do here with us is use them to promote something really incredible, and I'm probably, in looking at this screen, I'm probably the worst behind all of it when it comes to this stuff and wanting to adopt a new thing like that. But I keep sitting here going, right now we live in the age of incredible tools. I mean, look at this amazing tool that we have right here to talk about everything from guns to cancel culture to whatever we want to. We have all of these incredible technologies and things that we can use. And the one thing that we do best is promote a good idea. So how can we adopt them more, right? How can we use that to spread such an awesome idea of just helping people, And we've got, it's interesting that Clint, you mentioned that Daryl Davis guy, because, there are things that are great unifiers, and all it takes is talking, getting it in front of somebody in some way. So how can we do that to the most? That's the part that I sit there and go, okay, how do we keep this thing going? Because karma is so universal that it's almost hard to pick something and run with it in a lot of ways. It's so encompassing that what's losing the forest for the trees almost,
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but in the end, at the heart of it all, that's the idea, is spreading a good idea. So, and yeah, I'm all for wanting to learn those things. So maybe we do need to talk, Carrie, and see, maybe I'll start doing karma.
See, I've said that Rex would be fantastic at Twitter. He would be Rex would be great at TikTok. The only problem with that is that he likes to sit down and edit for 17 hours. And you can't do that with a TikTok. It's literally just like you film it and then you post it.
And that's
you can edit it, but
they don't like when it's edited. They like the raw, film it and put it on there.
Yeah, are you kidding me? The time that he fell off the truck and hurt his leg, like that would have been a great TikTok.
Oh, it might have been a great TikTok. I don't know how he would have felt about it though.
Oh, he loves that kind of stuff. Just tell him he can start, like, he can be sitting there watching a movie and he can show a clip and then look at the camera and make one of his jokes and put that on the internet, and he would do it in a second. Yeah. Rex, I know you can hear me. Get on it.
I second that.
Okay. Sorry. I think a camera got unplugged. There we go. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Rex had you removed.
You know what?
Well, that's my job. I'm gonna
he
start
probably
canceling.
should. I know he's in the next room right now. Just going, get her off of there. Get her off of that show.
Petting a cat.
Yeah, seriously. It's got like the Dr. Claw situation going on. He's frantically trying to find an ejector
Dr.
seat button
Claw,
for me.
man, I forgot about him.
Great
Gotcha.
villain. I was gonna say he's more like the guy from the Bond movies. Was
Dr. No.
No, not Dr. No. The main guy that was the head of Spectre, you know, the bald guy with the scar
Oh,
that had the cat.
Shoot, what was his name?
And I'm not thinking of the
Leslie. Who is that guy from? Who is the bad guy from Spectre?
this is a
Oh, yikes.
You got to be careful when you're naming James Bond characters. You
see
can get canceled.
Tim got the other one. I'm not thinking of Dr. Evil, Tim, because we don't have a hairless
It's not-
cat, but you're
It's not
close.
Dr. Evil.
Was it Blofeld?
That's it. It was
Right?
Blofeld.
Blofeld?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew it was in there somewhere.
Yeah. I kept thinking of Francisco Scaramanga.
Ooh. It's another good villain though.
Yeah, but like as soon as that name pops in my head, it's over.
Oh man. But, So,
A whole
But-
box of these.
I still have never had those.
Come over to my work sometime. You can pick some up.
Ooh,
Gonna have to.
Tim,
Really gonna have
I was too. Tim's talking about Austin Powers and Dr. Evil, and we cut our targets with a laser, and it took me probably 2 months to be able to say laser without laser.
Mhm.
I'm just a dork. That's all it is. But yeah, no, I was thinking Dr. Evil as well.
Well, Rex could be Dr. Evil. Maybe.
He's already a doctor. I'm not going to go any further though, because I would feel bad saying the next part.
Yeah.
If he messes with those cat's ears enough, though, he might end up with one of those big scars.
Mm-hmm.
He might. How's the dog doing there, Clint? Is he calming down at all?
Yeah, he's just coming back now. We'll say hi here. Your kids like dogs, Carrie?
Oh, yes. But he
Did he go to bed?
is in his bed with our dog, actually. But let me see your dog.
Lay down. Lay down.
Ah,
Lay down. Say hi. That's a good boy.
He's a nice dog.
what's his name? His name, her name?
Bear.
Bear. So cute.
Yeah, he's beautiful. He gets away with a lot because he's so handsome.
Well,
Lay down.
that's just how it goes in life.
Now they're just dogs and they're spoiled, just like Loki is.
Yeah, Loki's very spoiled.
You stay there.
I'm glad that you. I mean, if even just, I realize there's, a dog thing happening at Jake's house right now, but for me, Clint, you brought your dog to show and tell. I'm so happy.
Well, that's the way I think of it too, but
Yeah.
One
What's
time,
got
he
four-
crawled under
what's
the
got
house,
four legs
got
and
covered
kicks?
in ants.
I didn't know how Jake and Ayami felt. But
I
had
love
a feeling-
dogs.
I had a feeling everyone would be okay with it.
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't love dogs?
That's the one thing. We were talking about, people's different interests and stuff. And now you can't understand them and this and that till you talk to them. I still don't think I could get behind someone who didn't like dogs.
Not to be
Just-
trusted.
Yeah.
I don't think I could connect.
Mm-mm.
but I would wish them no ill will.
That's very big of you. That is very big of you. I mean, even if you don't like dogs, like it's just like cats on the internet. Even if you don't like cats, everyone can appreciate a cute picture of a cat on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How do you not like animals? I mean, they're kind of innocent. They don't plot on you. You know?
Well, and unlike children, they don't grow up and
Cats.
start talking back. They kind of stay cute, their
Right.
whole lives.
Well, Loki has his moments of talking back, but yes.
They don't cancel each other for profit.
Hannibal's golden retrievers.
Yeah, golden retrievers do have kind of a high opinion of themselves, don't they?
What?
Oh, we
Oh.
got somebody saying golden retrievers
Yeah.
are the off ones there. But no, I it's funny because, dude, growing up, we had so many animals when we were kids. We had rabbits and chickens and dogs and cats and lizards, and Rex had a turtle with a clubbed foot. That turtle was awesome. That was really cool. It was a fun turtle.
Remember Ray?
Yeah. Clint had Euromastixes. I had iguanas. We had so many animals, and I'm the same way. I can't imagine not having animals around.
Yeah. They're gifts. I mean, when you really break it down in a universal scale, it's like we live in this vast universe of a bunch of gas balls and deep space and black, dark matter and all this stuff. And our molecules that exploded from a star could have ended up, a rock on Mars. But instead, we got these sentient life forms that get to experience a living planet with millions and millions of different life forms that we can connect with and study and look at and be around. They're just, I don't know, it's just a gift. Animals
Have in
are
our houses, grab their faces and squeeze them and shake them and
Yeah.
how cute they are.
Yeah. I went swimming with dolphins this last week
Oh, that's right.
in Cancun, and it was amazing. They're just like dogs of the ocean. So yeah, it was pretty neat.
You know what? I've never heard that comparison, but I like it, Clint. They're like dogs of the ocean. I dig it. That's a good one.
I like it. Makes sense.
Oh, they're doing tricks and stuff, and we tell them what to do, and they literally, there were two of them, and they came and swam past us, and they push their nose on your feet and lift you out of the water,
Oh, cool.
Wow.
and literally swam with them and did tricks with them. And they sit there and smile and make their noises and stuff, and then they get a treat. They're just like dogs of the ocean. Huh, Bear?
And that needs to be the title of this episode, by
Yeah.
the way.
Dogs of the ocean.
Dogs of the ocean.
Dogs of the ocean. Dolphin story.
Tim says try raising turkeys. Turkeys can go to hell.
Yeah.
There is a reason that we have a whole holiday
Turkeys are
around
dinner.
eating them.
Really?
Yeah.
You get attacked by a turkey once?
No, turkeys suck. They're delicious. I actually love turkeys because they're delicious, but
They are.
they
but-
are mean. They're mean birds, from what I've heard.
But they're no more delicious than chicken or anything. It's not like you're getting beef.
They're way more delicious than chicken. Chicken is the worst bird, except for ducks. Ducks are worse than chickens.
See, Tim knows what's up. They're dinner.
Look,
He gets it.
ducks are super greasy. If you eat one, it's just it's nasty meat.
They're real gamey.
So we're circling back around to gun ownership again. So we're
Yeah.
talking because
Well-
now we're out there hunting turkeys and ducks.
We had I remember we had one year for turkey dinner up in Duchesne with Grandpa. He actually butchered the turkey right there, like the day before, on the farm, and we got to be out there with him when he did all that stuff. Turkeys are pretty mean. I remember him being pretty cut up afterwards. So
They're mean birds. Like,
they are.
I don't have anything specifically against turkeys, but they are mean.
I was gonna say, because you didn't start out with they're delicious. It was turkeys can go to hell.
They can. They're awful. They're mean. It's just like geese. Geese are mean birds.
Mm.
I don't
Well,
know how geese taste. I've never
okay.
had one.
Yeah, all right.
Well, here's the funny thing. We talk about cute animals like dogs and cats, Then we start bringing in turkeys and animals that can go to hell.
Yeah,
And
well, just turkeys though.
the
Went
thing
on
that,
a
uh,
9-minute rant about the universe and how they're blessings. And then the next thing you know, we're killing them because
That's
well,
Like,
here's what's funny.
that's the yin yang part of all this.
The
That's
yin-yang.
that's the karmic
and that's
balance.
still a blessing that we get to eat them because they're good.
Bingo. Well, we're the top. What I was going to say is, in the end, we're the only species that sits down and looks at them and go, "Oh, you're so nice. You're going to eat me one day, but oh, you're so nice."
Yeah.
We're the
Right.
only animal that does that on this planet. We're the only one that takes a step back and goes, "Huh? How about that?" We're more than happy to be like, "Oh, you animals shouldn't hurt each other," but no, that lion's going to eat that gazelle, and the dog's going to chase the cat, and we're just going to stand there going, "Why?
Tom's gonna
Why?"
eat Jerry. That's exactly the sort of thing I would expect a reptoid to say.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I eat them all.
Yeah, sharper
know.
teeth, higher
Yeah.
up on the food chain. I'm woke to this.
Just keep it down, okay? I don't want them to come find me yet, but it's okay.
Carrie, aren't you glad you joined this week?
I'm so happy, you guys. I don't have any words. I'm just so happily speechless right now.
What a good use of an hour.
Right? So
I actually do have a serious question at
Do
some
you?
point.
James,
Yeah.
you can go to hell. Sorry, what?
I was curious. I wanted to ask you this earlier, but we got sidetracked. By the reptoids over here. You've, in the time that I've known you, you've started, or you've been involved with like a couple of startups and like started your own. Is this the first time you started your own business, right? Or because I know you did like the food truck thing for a while.
Yes, my brother-in-law is a food truck owner. And so I kind of joined that community more as his assistant kind of a thing, helper on the truck. And then it became more of, I became a partner in the greater thing. And there's been a few at that time. We had 4 trucks and a catering company. And the partners decided that we were stronger apart. So at that point last summer, I sold my shares. And I've just been remote teaching Connor kindergarten and first grade. And then about 7 months ago, I met somebody and he had a really good idea. He said, I work 80 and 90 hours a week. I can help finance this. This is what I want to do. You have the flexibility to make this happen and make this be your thing. So yes, this is the first, to ramble on, sorry, and come back to your question. Yes, this is the first startup that I have started myself.
Well, it's the reason I asked is because it's like, Karma is obviously kind of a standalone business. So I think it's interesting that in the short time that I've known you, you've kind of been involved with a lot of these. And my question was just like, what kind of drives you in that direction? Because it really seems to me like you enjoy, stepping out onto those, those precarious first steps with some of these. So, and especially with like your current thing, because like you said, it's like it's a business that you weren't familiar with, and you just kind of jumped into it.
And somebody that before, 7 months ago, I didn't even know. And I have an interest in business. I always have. I like to be challenged. I have some pretty serious social anxiety that I try to conquer every day. And being at gun shows, for example, really helps me step out of that. But what first taught me how to step out of that kind of socially awkward social anxiety was Karma. Karma taught me, at label events, at Chili's meetups. This is something I'm really passionate about. And all of these people I really am loving getting to know and liking, and they're becoming like members of my family, but I was so, oh my God, nervous. And karma was what showed me, okay, well, step out a little bit, talk about turkeys. Who knows what's going to happen? So it's really been, karma was pretty transformative for me for that. Helped me get a little bit more brave about things I try.
That's
Very
cool.
cool.
Yeah, it's good to know. I mean, because it's been something I've thought about from time to time. And I don't know, I really admire that, being willing to take that initial step and kind of,
Mm.
you know, I mean, Rex, obviously I've been around, you know, karma since almost the beginning. So, you know, watching Jake and Rex do it, you know, it's similar. It's less with them though, because I've always known them and how they operate. And so to me, when they do it, it's just kind of like, oh, well, it's like a matter of course. But
Right.
anytime I see someone else do it, I just look at that and go, that kind of thing impresses me a lot. So
Oh, well, thank you. It's been fun. We're an LLC, so there's a lot of me Googling things, a lot of me learning things, a lot of me figuring out tax code and different things that I don't have a college degree, guys. I don't. So it's like trying to figure out as I go and hoping I don't screw it up. And my business partner 2 weeks ago said, you know, we need to have a website, get on that. And it was like, okay, so that just the deep end, I guess.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, it's incredible, and you know, the fact that you're doing it is just awesome, and that you would jump in and learn websites, learn how to laser cut things, how to, you know, how to do fabrication work and painting. There's a lot of neat skills in there that are great skills just to learn, you know, and that's one of the coolest things about business and wanting to dive into it is you just start learning.
Mhm.
Best thing that you can do. And you know, it's interesting, very flattering. You know, you mentioned karma being a way of introducing a lot of those things. And you know, one thing that we always try to make easy is every person that gets involved gets a self-replicating website. They get a website that they can use to sell their business so that they don't have to do what you did. Because sometimes just getting involved in a business is scary enough, and it's hard enough without needing to add in all of that extra legwork, you know. But when it's something that you enjoy doing and wanting to figure out, it opens up the doors even more so, because you can start to see those pieces and then work from them.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've always thought it's really cool the fact that you always chased all of these little businesses and all the time that I've known you, you know, from food trucks to everything else. It's always been interesting watching you kind of try something new. So
Well, thank you. That's I gotta tell you, it's high praise from both of you. So thank you. If you remember, Jake, when I very first met you, I was pretty shy. I was pretty quiet. I was pretty don't look at me too hard or I might cry type person. So it's been an interesting ride.
yeah. Well, you didn't have much choice. I had to train you. So if you didn't talk to me, you wouldn't have learned your job. So
That's true. But yeah, no, even at that point, I was on crutches. It was a whole thing. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, I always forget about the crutches. To be honest with you, I always forget that you had those when you started there.
That was 8 years. Do you know what? That was 8 years ago.
It's been a long time.
was it really 8? Has it really been 8 years?
Years.
Mhm.
8 years. Yeah, no, I think that I could have walked into that HR office with pretty much anything on that resume. And the fact that I was at a job interview on crutches pretty much sold it. So yeah.
I'll have to remember that for my next job interview. I could probably find some crutches.
I'm gonna find a neck brace.
There you
Think
go.
that'd work.
They wouldn't see it. You've got the beard.
Oh.
You
damn.
need to get one of those things that go over your shoulder with the rods that have like the bolts in your head. Do they still use those? Even if they don't, you should get one.
I think so too.
I would definitely feel bad for you.
Like the cone. Yeah. Also.
You
Yeah,
should
treat
get
me
a
like
cone.
a dog. Just
You
put a
should
cone
definitely
on
get a
my
cone.
head. That's what we need to do.
Call it the cone of shame.
No shame. Exactly.
It's very fitting for a gentleman such as myself.
Still got the beard problem though, because it would just fold up in front of your face.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
yeah,
be able
then
to
I'd be
see.
blind too.
No, because then there'd be like hair bands. We could like fashion something. It would be fine.
Like some dwarf braids,
Right.
maybe.
Right.
That would stick up past my ears in the cone.
Yeah,
Little
some
antenna.
reverse Pippi long stockings.
hmm
Or you could just take off your human mask.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know what you're speaking of.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't.
Do not know.
I want to, if I may, I want to step back just a minute to what Clint was saying a few minutes ago about talking to people and getting to know somebody based off of who they are, not their descriptors. I really like that you use the word descriptors, because it's so true. It's so, and I found that at gun shows. I mean, there's not a lot of women, first of all, and the women that come, no guns. And it would be really easy for a lot of these people to, and I don't want to make it be a guy girl thing, but mainly men, to talk down to me a little bit. Like, oh, in a kind of a condescending way of, oh, she doesn't know about guns, whatever. And I found that if I come right out of the gate with, look, I am brand new to this, I'm figuring it out, I'm so excited, and just come to them with humility of, what can you teach me? Oh my God, people love to talk. And I learned so many things that I wouldn't normally have known just talking to people. And that is some of the hardest things, I think, for anybody to do. But I wanted to go back to that because I really like that and descriptors of people.
Yeah, we're a lot more than that, and thank you for that. But yeah, we live in a world here where we're online a lot more in our phone and not face to face, and it's kind of like being in a car. There's that barrier, and I think that takes a little bit of humanity out of it, and so it's easy to get caught up in descriptors rather than in descriptions rather than really the content of somebody's character, what their motivations are and what their, like I say, their wants and fears are. It's a total different thing. And I think we haven't caught up to technology yet. We haven't evolved as fast as our technology has, and we're kind of rediscovering how to talk to each other humanely and deeply through these mediums with these tools. Does that make sense?
Oh, well, it's, the internet has only been around in a practical sense for like 30 years. And if you think back to where it originated from, where it's nothing but text, you're sitting in a computer room, usually by yourself because computers are gigantic, or they used to be. They used to not be a part of every facet of your life. So you're sitting in a room by yourself. It's a computer room generally. And you're talking to people that you can't see. You can't hear their tone. And it's literally, it starts out where it's just, you're talking about whatever. And it's easy. Like you said, it's exactly like being in a car. You're so right on that, because it is, you forget that that is a person inside there, and you don't know what their motivations are. You don't know, where they're coming from, why they're saying what they're saying, why they're thinking. And then you get into people who like to abuse it, and you get into people who get abused from it, and then nobody wants to listen to each other. And, as it evolves, I mean, just like this, we can have a conversation now where we're all seeing each other. We can hear each other's tone of voice. We can see kind of the context of where the person's at. And that does bring a lot of humanity back to it. And those are the type of things that we will be needing to relearn, certainly.
Well,
A lot of people are brave behind a keyboard. A lot of people, I mean, I know you guys, I've been around you guys. I consider you guys some of my closest, dearest friends. I don't have any kind of stress or worry talking to you guys in this medium any more or less than I would at a Chili's meetup or wherever. But face to face, there's a level of, oh my God, what is this person going to say to me back? There's like a fear of rejection on any level of, and so people get kind of really brave on good and bad ways electronically.
You can't when you're sitting there talking to somebody, you can't just walk away.
Right.
Yeah. No, and you know, the craziest part about all of these tools is to remember that they're those things, they're tools. And you know, it's crazy because we talk about how they really took off ahead of us, you know, and it's like I said earlier, and I always lean into this is, you know, look at what our technology is used for, and it's all entertainment. You know, we've got a magic lamp in our pocket that can tell us, you know, anything and everything that we want to know. And the majority of everyone's too busy playing Crazy Birds or what, you know, like.
Oh my God, Jake.
Angry
That
Birds.
was like 15 years ago.
See,
Aw,
dating
Jake.
myself here, dating myself, but I'm okay with it.
Have you downloaded any apps since Angry
I got
Birds?
this really nice paperweight.
Crazy Bird.
Hey,
I downloaded this thing called Candy Crush. Have you ever heard of it? It's amazing.
Yes, but it's kind of funny because as these things start going, you can literally like watch the evolution of a person. When the first thing, when you get something new, you learn to play games on it, right? And then as you start to use it as a tool, you start to see what kinds of things you can do with it until it really sets in and starts taking off. And what's unique about how our approach to it is we basically jumped over all of that learning curve and said, you know what, let's use this for something really incredible. And we've found ways that we can start pushing incredible ideas and promoting each other in good things to use it for what it should be used for in all reality, which is to progress humanity forward into better situations. And you do that through adoption of new tools with good intentions at heart, right? Because if you can do those things and couple them together, you know, the world becomes your oyster. You really can do any number of things with good tools and the right intention. And then if you've got people behind you doing it with you, it just means you can do it that much quicker, right? Because that's the thing that really helped social media and everything take off is everybody's mass adoption of them so quickly, right? Everybody started getting involved with social media. I mean, does anybody remember MySpace?
No, I'm only 22. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I remember it.
Yeah, but MySpace came out and it was around for like a year, and then Facebook was there, and immediately everybody.
MySpace was around for more than a year.
it was, and MySpace was way better at the time, but Facebook is, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. But here's the other side of that too is, you know, look at how many social media platforms in particular rise and fall. Like, you know, MySpace, I don't remember the timeline because like I said, I'm only 22, so I was very young. But you know, it's around for a couple years and it becomes very prolific and everybody's using it and it evolves and expands. And then Facebook comes along and that's been around now for what, 15 years, something like that?
Yeah, just about.
Like a really long amount of time. And since Facebook came out as kind of the industry leader in what they do, you've had dozens, if not hundreds, of other social media platforms come onto the scene, become super big for a day or two, and then they're gone. You know, it's the same thing with streaming services, you know, DVD rental services, all of it.
Yeah. Well, and it's all because of you watch what people do with it and where they want to go. And, you know, in the end, people, when they start settling down and understanding more of those things, they tend to use it for better purposes. You know, it's just a shame that we go through all these growing pains to get there, right? Because that's a lot of what it is. Sorry?
I said there are certainly a lot of them.
Yeah, you know, and that's where it's on the people that have taken a little bit more time and tried to watch it. Because that's one thing that I find very unique about our group here is, you know, we joke about all of these old things and old platforms, but we've all observed them and watched them over time and seen where it works best for us and how best to adopt them. And because of that, it really did allow us to take such a unique approach to what we wanted to do with social media, to the point where, look at Rex, right? Who has no social media outside of Karma Incarnate. Everything is about using it for a purpose, not just for, the mundane. And that's one thing that's really unique about our group is most everybody here has found ways, Carrie promoting your cleaning targets and stuff like that with TikTok. It's using these things as a tool in very specific ways. And in the end, the one thing that we've all done with that tool the most, we've tried to end hunger. We've tried to end, to bring poverty down a little bit. We've tried to do things that are really unheard of throughout all of this. There's tons of videos out there about people doing all kinds of crazy stuff or weird, social media things going on. But ours has always been that constant heartbeat of do good, help people. Let's make something grow. And I know the more that we push it, the more that we go with it, it's going to be better for us. And we'll just keep this thing rolling because sorry, just like what you're doing there, Carrie, it can only do good things, and using those tools in such a way is incredible. And it makes me excited because we got so many incredible people working on different things. It blows my mind. Sorry, Mike. Starting to get out a little bit here, guys. It's been
okay.
kind of a long one.
It's time to wrap up anyway.
I think we're getting to that point. So, but as always, I always like to give our main guest the last word here. Carrie, thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to let us know how we can find your target cutting business. Get us some links, get us some info.
What?
We'll get it in
Just tell us, what are they?
Yeah.
What's the website and the Facebook?
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's okay. So it's Zombot, ZOMBOT LLC.com is the website. And that goes to Facebook and at Zombot LLC for Instagram. Same thing with TikTok. Most of our videos go through TikTok. That's where I would direct anybody that was curious about it. Jake, I'm looking at you. Just kidding. But yeah, check us out. Any kind of targets we can do, any kind of reloading ammo we can do, special requests, anything that you might need, let me know.
Cool.
Awesome.
And thank you for letting me plug that. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, guys, I'll go ahead and wrap up the Karma side. Thank you so much for joining us on Karmic Transmission number 23. Special guest Carrie Brenner. As always, I've got Ayame and Clint with me. Great people to have on board, guys. I love the hell out of you. For everybody that's listening to us at home, you can find this on SoundCloud. You're going to be able to watch the full streaming on YouTube as well. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Karma Incarnate on YouTube and Facebook. Twitter is at the Karmic Feed, at Ayame X Goddess, in order to get in touch with our social media specialists there. And as always, guys, you can find any of our agents online. Check out karmaincarnate.com, Gaming Good Karma, Karma Love is yours, right, Carrie? But if you want to know how you can get involved and how you can, start changing the world and being a part of something that's looking to do good, get in touch with any of these guys and they'll tell you how to get involved with Karma, because it's just a wonderful thing to experience firsthand. It's a great way to get out and socialize, even better. So until next time, guys, I love you all. Take care.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful night.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye.